This video was made with artificial intelligence.
Hello football fans. In today's discussion, we look deep into the revolutionary concept of introducing orange cards in football. This idea, potentially transforming the dynamics of the Premier League, originates from the practice in rugby known as sin bins. It aims to bridge the gap between yellow and red cards, targeting specific types of fouls and player behaviours on the field. We'll explore what this means, how it works, and gather varied reactions from the football community, contemplating the future of football. With this significant rule change, the orange card is a new disciplinary tool being considered for introduction in football, serving as an intermediary between the traditional yellow and red cards. This idea has been approved for trial by the International Football Association Board, IFAB, aiming to crack down on offences that are too severe for a yellow card, but not severe enough for a red. Specifically, it targets dissent and specific tactical offences. In practice, a player shown an orange card would be sent to a sin bin for a 10-minute temporary dismissal. This concept has roots in rugby, where a similar penalty system has been effective in moderating player behaviour and maintaining sportsmanship. IFAB's decision to trial sin bins at higher football levels follows their successful implementation in grassroots football. The primary goal here is to improve player behaviour and enhance respect for officials, crucial aspects that have been under scrutiny in recent years. The potential impact of this rule change is significant. It could alter game strategies, especially for teams accustomed to tactical fouling. The threat of losing a player temporarily could deter cynical fouls, thus potentially increasing the flow and fairness of the game. Furthermore, the orange card could serve as a powerful deterrent against dissent, a recurring issue at various levels of football. This middle ground in disciplinary action offers referees a more nuanced approach to managing the game, balancing punishment with the opportunity for players to rectify their behaviour without severely impacting their team's performance. IFAB has expressed interest in testing the orange card system in elite competitions, with the Premier League being a prime candidate. This could happen as early as the next season. The introduction of this rule in one of the world's most watched football leagues could have far-reaching consequences. Players known for frequently committing fouls or showing dissent, like West Ham's Lucas Paqueta and Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson, might face new challenges with this rule. Their tendency towards such behaviours could lead to more frequent temporary dismissals, affecting both their personal game and their team's strategy. The Premier League's adoption of the orange card rule would be a significant step in football's evolution, potentially setting a precedent for other leagues. It represents a shift towards stricter enforcement of fair play and respect on the field. This could lead to a reduction in tactical fouls, often a source of frustration for players and fans alike. The 10-minute sin bin penalty might make players think twice before committing a tactical foul, knowing that their actions could leave their team temporarily disadvantaged. Furthermore, the implementation of this rule in such a high-profile league would be a litmus test for its effectiveness. It could either validate the rule's potential to improve the game or expose flaws needing refinement. The Premier League's global influence means that its adoption of the orange card could lead to widespread changes in how football is played and officiated worldwide. The introduction of the orange card in professional football, particularly in the Premier League, presents both potential benefits and challenges. One of the main advantages is the promotion of better behaviour on the field. Since its implementation in grassroots football, sin bins have been effective in curbing dissent and improving respect for officials. Translating this success to the professional level could lead to a more respectful and sportsmanlike environment in the game. Another benefit is the potential reduction in tactical fouling. Players may become more cautious about committing fouls that could lead to temporary dismissals, leading to a more fluid and uninterrupted game. This could enhance the overall quality of play and viewer experience. However, there are challenges to consider. Firstly, the criteria for issuing an orange card must be clear and consistent to avoid confusion and controversy. Referees will need to make nuanced decisions, balancing the severity of the offence with the impact of a temporary dismissal. This puts additional pressure on referees who already face intense scrutiny in their decision-making. Another challenge is the potential for the rule to disrupt the flow of the game. Frequent stoppages for sin bins could lead to a choppy game rhythm, affecting the enjoyment for players and viewers. There's also the risk of the rule being exploited, with teams potentially using the temporary dismissals to gain tactical advantages in certain scenarios. Moreover, the introduction of the orange card at the professional level would require a period of adjustment for players, coaches, and fans. It would necessitate changes in tactics and player behavior, which could take time to settle. The effectiveness of the rule in improving the game's fairness and respect will be closely watched, with potential tweaks and modifications likely based on its initial impact. Reactions to the introduction of the orange card in football have been varied. Some within the football community, including former referees and pundits like Simon Jordan and George Courtney, have expressed support for the idea. They believe it's a necessary step to control player behavior, enhance respect for referees, and improve overall game fairness. On the other hand, there are concerns about the rule's potential to complicate the game. Critics argue that it could lead to overregulation and interrupt the flow of play. There's a fear that the game could become too dictatorial, with too much emphasis placed on punishment rather than the sport itself. Grassroots football, where sin bins have already been implemented, provides valuable insights. Initial skepticism turned into acceptance as players, coaches, and referees observed positive changes in behavior and game dynamics. The reduction in dissent and improved respect for officials were widely praised. This acceptance at the grassroots level indicates a potential for successful adoption in professional leagues. However, the transition to professional football, especially in a high-stakes environment like the Premier League, is a different ballgame. The intensity, pressure, and stakes are much higher, which could influence how players and teams react to the new rule. Furthermore, fans' opinions are mixed. Some fans appreciate the efforts to improve behavior and reduce tactical fouling. Others feel that the game should be left as is, fearing that too many changes could alter the sport's fundamental nature. The debate is ongoing, with passionate arguments on both sides. This underscores the complexity and importance of rule changes in football and how they can stir strong emotions and opinions within the football community. As we consider the introduction of the orange card into the Premier League, it's clear that this potential rule change is stirring a lot of debate. From the potential to improve player behavior and game fairness to concerns about overcomplication and game flow disruption, the orange card is a topic with many facets to consider. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you believe the orange card will be a beneficial addition to football, enhancing the game's integrity and flow? Or do you think it's an unnecessary complication that could detract from the sport's essence? Share your opinions in the comments below. Your perspectives are vital in this ongoing discussion about the future of football. Let's continue this conversation.